for YouTube video, so I could publish this. Just a general Wuwa trailer reaction. So hello there, YouTube frogs, video YouTube frogs. Today I'm just catching up on some trailers I missed for Wuwa and stuff. Just going through. So we're gonna be watching both Japanese and English trailers. So yeah. I haven't really watched anything since CBT2 because I was like disappointed because I didn't get in. So let's remedy that since release is almost nearby and take a look at some of this. So right now we're starting with Jianshin's Resonator Showcase.
Tea and snacks as usual, please.
Coming right up.
Tea, a steadfast companion to the people of Jinzhou.
Thank you, Jianshin.
We find our young monk laboring at the tea house.
Tea's as good as ever.
Kitty. That's cute.
With such
Aw.
mindfulness and integrity.
That's actually very cute.
Diligently she earns her keep, far from the mountain of her upbringing.
Palatable, I'd say, but alas,
Oh.
it cannot.
Is that? I don't think it is, but I think that's something. A certain VA for a certain character.
Compared to the Yunlu tea.
How do you make that tea? Enlighten me, please. I'll serve it as you wish.
Oh, such nerve. I'll have you know how its exquisiteness transcends your meager comprehension.
Wait, so.
To begin with, one must carefully gather the morning dew from lotus leaves on the heads of gull puffs. Without agitating those delicate creatures, or the water won't taste as fine.
Also, like, her English voice is actually pretty nice.
Shoots from
In this trailer.
nests perched atop treacherous peaks will suffice. Finally, the tea must be roasted with ancient Uria wood, hailing from perilous domains, rife with ferocious beasts.
Here you are, looking like a decent challenge. Come forth. Serenity.
That
Clarity.
sounds a little more deeper than in the first part. I don't know. Overall, though, pretty nice kit. And of course, she has a nice core passive kit.
Primal vision.
Very interesting gameplay wise.
Revelation. Oneness. She lasts evermore.
Oh, that's cute. Little wink.
And that's why it's impossible to.
Sir, here's the Yunlu tea, as you instructed. How do you like it?
This is the. No! This divine elixir far surpasses
What? What is going on there?
Another progress.
And of course, cat.
Not you again.
Cat doing cat things.
Stop, come back.
That's cute. That was actually pretty cute. So now let's take a look at the JP one, which I believe it's Saori Onishi is a voice actress.
どうしたいつもの頼むよ。
少々お待ちを。
今週の人々にとって茶はもはや生活の一部。
A female narrator this time.
忙しい。
やっぱこの味に限る。しまった。
丹念かつ完璧に、それが彼女のやり方。
確かにいい茶だが、あの運転茶には遠く及ばない。
それはどうやって入れるのか。
僕呼ばない。
金堂が再現してみせよう。
いい心がけだ。ならば教えてやろう。運転茶の素晴らしさを。 第一に水。それも朝焼けのグループが頭の葉っぱに乗せた水を使う。驚かせてはいけない。でないと品質が落ちてしまう。
I also used the popular voice actor for the NPC guy in this one as well. Can't name him off the top of my head, but I know I've heard him before.
最後に茶を報じる薪。これには日先の老木を用いる。だが噂ではこの木が生える森に凶暴な獣が潜むとも聞く。
強敵か。望むところだ。
Oh, so I guess I did kept both. So same direction in both the JP and English. That's actually quite rare. But like this is actually deeper as well compared to the regular talking voice that was displayed earlier, so at least they're being consistent. This is great. It's actually good to the actual consistency between JP and English. And I'm pretty sure CN is probably just as good. Cute.
こんなボロ茶屋に運転茶など出せるわけが。
運転茶を入れてみた。お客さん、一口いかがかな。
これはあの時の、あ、いや、それよりももっと深く広く。
今日も一つ勉強になった。また君か。待て。
食いぶちを稼ぐた
Very
めの仕
cute.
事。それもまた修行である。
You know what? I'm actually starting to quite like her. Like, I already liked her design-wise already from the start. But Jianshin definitely is looking pretty nice now. Oh, and that's that. Next is the opening cinematics. That will actually be shown as we get to the game, but I won't be playing in English on the game as much as I do like the English cast that they got going on. So I'd be seeing this in Japanese, but let's watch it in English now. That way we can get this out of the way. Dun dun dun. Still like those notes. Literally the 3 narwhal notes. Of course, discount Lucia. Goddess Lucia. And it looks like we go through a wormhole of some sorts before we enter land. Not Jinsha, Jinjo's in. Does make you question if this is some like alternate timeline shenanigans and Rover is supposed to be the commandant or something. Because there is weird stuff going on in later and in late game PGR. But still, it's very possible that, well, there might be some relation. Like, the story of Jinjo and whatever land world that it takes place in is gonna be very different and very separate from PGR, of course. Oh, this is just female rover version? Yeah, female. There's no actual voice acting in this. Okay. Point in case, got that done. So, now let's see. Saving a light. Good cinematics. Oh yeah, I think that was with the past song. It was the same in both languages, if I remember correctly. Let's listen to this again, anyways. Because I just want to hear it compared to the new one that we just got. Yeah, it is different. Chisha. Oh yeah, right. Her tacit mark is across her thigh like that. Well, not thigh, but hip. Waist. I don't think there was anything super important to note in this. It was just a cinematic, much like the original cinematic that they made for PGR back in the day. Very similar. Similar style, simpler composition, and everything. But now that actually, let me go back because I think there was on top of like the gun effects. I think there was also a little actual sound combined in the song that was like a da da da, like a staccato, ticking. Yep. That definitely was a staccato ticking alongside. I actually have a pretty decent ear. Yep, a bass staccato ticking. Top of the actual gun sound effects. That was actually that's actually pretty surprising. I didn't actually notice that the first time around. I think this was also where they revealed. No, never mind. It wasn't where they revealed Jin was. It was just another one of those big guy discords. And then yep, Gion entrance. And yeah, I don't think nothing else too interesting there. Okay. World. Oh yeah, that's the launch trailer. I actually haven't watched that, and I don't think they showed it. Maybe they did. No, they didn't.
Be reawakened. They are the enemies of human civilizations.
To begin with, I heard you've lost your memories.
Oh yeah, that
This has
dragon.
something to do with your true identity. Then Who exactly are you?
Moreover,
That dragon's the
possess a
same
similar
one we saw at
ability
the
with
end
the
of the
legendary hero who
recent
once
trailer.
absorbed Thrunonian. Jue prophesized about your arrival.
After all this effort, do you truly want to throw it all away?
Ultimately, I suppose it
didn't
is up to
see.
you to discover the final definitive answer for yourself.
No matter what happens, my sword is always yours.
Here you are.
Besides, not seeing the opponent heightens the thrill of the game.
Do you want to be the rule-setting shepherd or the rule-breaking black lab? Now, Rover, the story is yours to spin.
That's it from that. Oh, now let's listen to it in JP.
面識が再び蘇ろうとし
Okay, that is Yang and both. To start with, also, thinking of. Never mind.
記憶をなくしたんだって
このすべてが漂白者さんに関連しているとしたら、あなたは一体
あなたが歴史に名を残す
Okay, more Yang
伝説
Yang.
のあの方。
気がついたこれは嬉しいではお前の選択を楽しみにするとしよう
あなたの己の身分が分かればおのずとどう行動すべきかについて結論が出てくると思います
あいつらの言う通りだお前は特別だ
見つけた。果たして誰が打ち手で、誰が小石なのか。
ルールを作る側のヤギ界とルールを破る黒ヤギどっちになりたい
There's like Scar's group's nickname, something about like goats or something. Because I heard Yagi there, and I don't think I remember seeing that in the English one at the end, towards the end.
One of the Threnodian.
Rule-setting shepherd or the
Oh, yep,
breaking black lab?
yeah,
Now, Rover,
never mind.
the story is
It's just a metaphor. But, that being said, they did it as a metaphor in English, but in Japanese, that was clearly bracketed, which means it's not just a metaphor. Like, see, Yagi Kai. Usually when things are bracketed like that in Japanese, it's usually like something like major important, like like a name of something, rather. Interesting. That's actually something that I don't really know much about what's going on in the actual game. But we'll find out soon enough. Give me a second though, I do gotta quickly go to the bathroom. Okay, I am back. So, anyhow, found something interesting to note here. So like Yagi, kind of like the shepherd or stuff, or like the white sheep, and then that I believe is Kudo. So like Kudo Yagi, black sheep. So he's still making somewhat of an illusion here, but there's a little more to it than just a simple illusion. As again, it's important information that they're trying to highlight with the brackets there, rather than just simply making a metaphor for the sake of a metaphor. So that's it. Heyo, naturalize. How's everything? Right now we're just catching up on trailers and stuff that I missed, as I've been pretty lazy over the past couple months. So now let's look at Anka or Encore's trailer, both in English and JP. Yeah, it was great. It was pretty enjoyable. Um, it was funny. Like in the English one was pretty entertaining with Rex and everything. I also watched the JP one. They went over pretty much the same information. They're also doing like a giveaway on the JP one. So if you live in Japan, you could partake in a wheat treat giveaway or something like that. I don't remember exactly what's going on with that, but they're giving away stuff like tablets and stuff on the JP side of things. I ideally want to go for everyone. Unfortunately, I'm in a situation where I can't financially go for everyone. But at the moment, I guess my main targets are Jian. It's also going to be Yinlin. And I also do really like Jin Si and what's her name? That just was recently revealed. Changli. Changli, yeah. All four of them look really good. And even though we haven't like gotten the actual gameplay yet for Jinsi or Changli, then yeah. And yes, Yinlin will be on the second banner starting from June 12th. So 3 weeks into the 1.0. And then 1.1 will be Jinsi and Changli. Anyhow, let's take a look at this. So, Anka trailer.
Once upon a time, in a faraway town, folks were going missing. Whoa, spooky!
I am definitely gonna roll Lamia. If situations go well for me, I might be able to do something where I could probably get for like a couple copies. If not, I'm just gonna go for like one copy. But definitely like Lamia is one of my faves. Oh yeah, for let me actually that YouTube frogs aren't confused. But Lamia is definitely like one of my main targets. She's my favorite. One of my top favorite characters in PGR at the moment, and that's why you see like my little bot that I have. Custom name is Lamia. Oh, reroll. Oh yeah, Lamia. Right. Emotes. It's been a while since I've last streamed, so I'm used to I'm used to not seeing the emotes come out through there in OBS. Sorry about that. But rerolling, no, I'm not gonna reroll. Like you don't really need to because like they already give you a lot of stuff, and most of the standard characters are pretty nice. I personally don't mind if I get Ling Yang. I don't mind if I get Anka either. I don't mind if I get Verna. And of course, Janshin and Kakarot, aka Kalcharo, are my two favorites out of the standard crew. So yeah, I'm not gonna reroll. They all look really cool to me. But yeah, for PGR stuff, I do play PGR, and yeah, Lamia's almost here. Anyways, let's continue this.
Dangerous, and none of the Seekers ever returned. What happened?
Got Anka's little puppets.
To save the day.
And here she is.
Encore the hero, ready for battle.
Very adorable.
Oops. Oh, phew. Leave it all
Yeah, that's totally understandable. Guides are difficult to come by in PGR, especially like progression-wise. It's hard to really tell.
No! The wind is too much!
Interesting little play thing Anka has going on here in her little trailer. That's cute. Oop, balloon. Well then. Trying to find something interesting to say about this. But so far, it's nothing too notable. As far as like musically wise,
Fairy Godmother's castle?
I don't know too much about music, so I can't really make some classics up. But pufferfish, oh well, I've bluefish or something. I forgot what they're called. That's actually kind of cute. Fairy godmother. That's actually pretty cute. Stuff we got going on here.
It's okay. Encore's not afraid.
Not all the standard characters are DPSs. So they have their specific roles. I think most of them are DPSs though. But Verna is a support. But honestly, when it comes to like games like PGR and Wuwa, like really anybody can be your DPS if you really want them to. It might be a little hard for certain characters, but yeah, pretty much any character can be a DPS. But mostly, as far as I'm aware, most of them are DPS except for Verna. Verna is like hard coded for like major like support roles and stuff. So like she's a healer, and I think she also gives like buffs. I'm not too sure about that. Warzone rank in PGR, if you're referring to that. I normally average nowadays between hero and the one below it, veteran, I think. Earlier I was a big whale in PGR. I used to be consistently in like hero and legend. But nowadays it's much less. So I've been on and off with the game recently. Just been busy with a lot of things, so it's dropped quite a bit. But normally I average like veteran hero in Warzone on PGR.
Woolly sends tingling. Here come the woolies. Take this.
As far as free to play friendliness for this, for Wuwa, given from everything I've heard, because again, this is all hearsay on my end, as I haven't actually been in any of the betas, unfortunately. I want to say this is going to be slightly less free to play friendly than PGR, but if averages are to be noted, it looks like you can get just enough to either hard pity a character in one patch, or if you get lucky with the 50-50, you'll have enough pulls to get the character and the weapon in one patch. So as far as like compared to PGRs, generally speaking, you'll only be getting like one of the two characters each patch release in Wuwa. Whereas in PGR, generally from when you start playing, so long as you save, you could technically get everyone. But yeah, I imagine they'll have some things similar with PGR as far as like core passes and stuff with copies. But the thing to note is in Wuwa, you are guaranteed to get extra copies of characters through what's it called? The Gacha exchange system. Basically like the gacha refund system or whatever. Same thing that like Star Rail has and Genshin. But you can get up to 2 extra copies through that system. And that also includes both standard characters and limited. Ultimately, it's basically kind of set up similar to how it's set up with what's it called? Pain Cage in PGR. But as for like Wave Band 6 or I don't know what it's called exactly, like Wave Band or a Spectral Band or something like that. That will probably not be as required. I imagine if anything, they'll probably only require you to get to like sequence 2 of characters in Wuwa if there is requirements. And again, that's something that you could eventually get through the shop exchange system they have. Rankings, with their focus on how Wuwa is more casual based, at least they have somewhat of a more casual focus to try to get more people in. I don't think they will have rankings like they do with PGR, at least not to any point that it would matter. They're taking a lot of notes from like Hoyo in this sense and trying to like not make it as super hard to get into. So really, I don't think you have to worry too much about that. They'll probably just have systems similar to like how HSR has not simulated universe, but memory of chaos and all those other endgame stuff in Star Rail. They'll probably adopt like a similar pattern to that, based on what I've been seeing, and what I know about Kuro. Really, a better person to ask would be like people who've actually had beta to see. So like Rexant would probably have an idea if there's anything in that like sequence system or whatever that is ranking based, but I don't think there is. I think there probably is no ranking systems at all in this game, and probably won't be. Which honestly, in my opinion, is probably for the better than for worse, because then so long as you just do content, you'll get everything that you need eventually. Well, everything that you could get basically, so that you're like not missing, feeling out. Unlike with like PGR with Pain Cage, whereas higher Pain Cage tiers, you get more Pain Cage shards, and yeah. I don't think they'll have a similar system where it might cause some sort of feelings of like missing out, if you get my drift. So let's actually go back a couple seconds. So we're doing a transition here, and then the following got more storytime stuff, wolves, and the big bad pufferfish.
The bad demon nabbed us. Is this really the end?
That's actually cute. Oh, nope, still more. More to go. A little alt.
Encore the hero, back in action. You're in for it now.
That's cute. Little puffer ball hitting another puffer ball.
Crushed all the bad guys.
I like the little storybook arts too.
Wait,
It's very cute.
war. Encore's story has just begun.
Where is that set? In Interesting. Some abandoned auditorium or greenhouse or something. No, JP version. Anka, right here.
昔々ある町で連続失踪事件が起きたという
I am in Eastern time zone, EST, Florida in here, so same New York time zone.
帰ってきた者は一人もいなかった。こ
So
れ
yeah, for me right now it's already like 11:30,
私は真実を知ろうとした。
11:30 in the evening.
あんかな大丈夫うわたたたたよし絶対みんなを連れ戻すよ風が
Interesting that the little goat things don't have much voicing in here. Then again, I don't think those lines were even voiced in English. They were probably just grunting from their little argument. Yes, I will be playing at launch, and I will be trying to do a 24-hour stream at launch to celebrate the release of Wuwa. So definitely look forward to it.
フェアリーゴッドマザーどうしてママだなんて黒目白目あんこ助けて大丈夫もう怖くない
When the game launches, I'll have to see like what her little duders' names are. Her little goats. In JP, she just called them Kurome and Shirome. Basically just black and white. Like whitey, blacky, something like that. Very typical. But I think they had actual names in English that they gave them. Actually, now that I think about it, if I remember correctly, I think little goats' names in English might have been Hansel and Gretel. Or maybe I'm thinking of Yinlin. Either Anka here who had Hansel and Gretel, or Yinlin had Hansel and Gretel. And yeah, definitely progression tips are something to help. I need to see some progression tips as well. As, yeah. We're both going in blind, basically. Meditash, meditash.
でも冒険はまだまだこれから
Very adorable. No. So Yinlin is actually Sophia's voice actress. Interestingly enough, though, from what I've seen, from like the recent JP live stream and stuff, she does get like a similar tone and inflection to Marina. Yeah, I think it's Marina. Yeah, it's Marina. But Ami Koshimizu is the voice actress for is the JP voice actress for Yannan. And Koshimizu, as you might be aware, has done lots of characters. Zoe from Grand Blue Fantasy is one. She was also Beto in Genshin. She was also Colin in Code Geass, and so on and so forth. Vera is Marina Inoue in JP, and Marina Inoue has a lot of other characters, which one of the ones she did was Alicia in Honkai. But yeah, different voice actresses in JP on the JP end of things. But Koshimizu does a really good deep inflection that she kind of does almost sound like Inoue-san a little bit. As for English, I honestly have no clue. I think they have different voice actors in English. I'm not really too sure. Or it could be the same. Who knows? Mostly from the English cast, though, I've been seeing different voice actors than what they got with PGR. So probably not. Jinsei is playable. They actually just drip marketed her on like Twitter or something a couple days ago or a day or two ago. Twitter.com. Skip without needing the Ricket account. I just want to browse here. Google.com Wuthering Waves. They literally just drip marketed her. She's gonna be in 1.1, and she's probably gonna be the first banner character. Yeah, right here. Yeah, 1.1 release. Jinsei, so much to be done. Please be rest assured, I am here to guide you through it. Markai, being the magistrate of Jinzhou, Jinsei bears her noble and weighty share of duties. Through her repeated ages, Lament has preyed upon mankind's vulnerable hope. Yet grasping the nettle, she strives with all her might to forge a path forward. And then the recent one that they also introduced in this past stream that they're marketing now is Changli. He's right around here. She's a teacher to Jinsei. But as for excitement, my most excited characters are Jinsei and Changli here. She actually rose quickly up on my list because she just oozes like very energetic Genki gal teacher, charismatic energy, and I just like that. If you're familiar with like Bridget in PGR, she's kind of like I'd imagine she's kind of like a similar character, and I do quite like that. But Changli here, eons of time on this vast land, all encapsulated in a humble game. I am fortunate to have you as my opponent. Counselor to the Jinzhou magistrate, Changli excels at leveraging human nature to corner her enemies into traps. Being the mentor to Jinsei, she is persuasive and patient. She entertains an unwavering aspiration, holding her ground in the endless game against time and chaos. PGR's first official limited banner was Alpha, specifically Crimson Abyss Alpha. So basically, in our case, Wuwa, that our first banner would be Jian. It goes Jian, then Yinlen second half, and then 1.1, most likely first half, Jinsei second half, Changli. Whereas in PGR, first was Alpha, Crimson Abyss. Then after that, they didn't, because people didn't want like a S rank every patch. They changed it to S rank, A rank cycle. And second patch in PGR was Watanabe Astral. Was the release with Chapter 9 of the story. But first was Crimson Abyss in the event Narwhal. So, let's get back to this. I think these are just standard, typical character showcases or voice actor. Oh no. Oh yeah, this is voice actor stuff. So we got Ishikawa here. For Young Young.
オープンワールドアクション RPG 名称でヤンヤンを演じております石川由依です。ヤンヤンは誰かのそばでその人をね支えようとする心優しくて可愛らしい女の子です。主人公である漂白者さんが最初に出会う共鳴者の一人でもあると。
She's just talking about like how Young Young's graceful and very nice and gentle.
映像やアクションそのもののね CG も本当に美しくて、いやこれがスマホゲームと思うほどなのですが、
Just random comments about like offhand comments about like smartphone games and stuff and being surprised
があって楽しいんじゃないかなと私
and
は
then
リリースをワクワ
entertained.
クしながら待っております。ゲーム名称まもなくリリースですね。
Not release.
スペシャルキャンペーンが発表されるみた
Yeah,
いです。
Ishikawa-san.
皆さん見逃さないようにちゃんとチェックしてくださいね。
I don't think they did this for the English VAs a couple months ago when this was released. These messages. They just recently had the English VAs do messages on today's stream. But this I think is unique to the JPs. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, voice actor greetings. That was Young, so I don't think they. Yeah, it doesn't look like they uploaded one for Young's VA. But well, you guys heard one from Young anyways earlier today. I'm actually curious if these are the same ones that they introduced today. Probably are.
Time to work?
Oh no,
more
this is
lazing
shorter,
around
I
then.
guess.
Tauchi is the leader of the Ministry of Development and defends the border of Jinzhou. Though she
Yeah,
may
this is a little bit
appear
different than the one
inattentive,
from the
she
stream today.
maintains a good balance between her work life with efficiency achieved by
Dungeon
precise
as of
time
CBT2
I think she's
was a
incredible
really good
girl.
4-star.
You should stay in a city
However,
where you can enjoy your life
people
at a
were
slow pace
saying
whilst finishing
she
your
was
work on
too
time.
good.
The
So
unessential
on
element of
release,
Wuthering
she
Waves
might
is the
be
collectible
a
echoes
little
you find
bit
when exploring.
less as good. Maybe, possibly, I don't know. I haven't played a release build. I've just been hearing some rumors from some people who have touched the release build. If she is untouched though, then yeah, she will be a really, really good 4-star. And Dungeon's also pretty adorable. I quite like her as well. But as far as like 4-stars go, my favorites at the moment are Sanhua and uh Sanhua Alto and Baija. Anyways, I don't think there's anything. Resonator Showcase. Lingyang! Is there any other showcase besides on here? Nope. Message. More messages. Shiri special. An interview, I guess, with Ishikawa-san. I don't think I've watched that. Maybe we'll take a look at that in a second. But let's finish off with the Resonator showcases, and then we'll get to that. Oh, Resonator showcase. Lingyan.
It's your first performance ever, Lin Yang. You ready for this?
These poles are way taller than what we practiced on.
And this one's for our troops.
Can't afford to mess up.
And then him with his new English voice. Definitely a lot better than the CBT2 voice.
Your feet, Lin.
That's a certainty.
Doubting yourself already? Master, Why did you become a lion dancer? It's time to think about it.
Yodoru.
Humans. They can
Gotta farm them wheat.
hunt, run, hunt again. I act on instinct, like all animals do. All animals Except those bipeds. They keep doing extra things. Things that don't help them survive.
Hey, you! Hey! Wanna come play with us?
You're not scared of me?
Why scared of you? You don't look that different. The big lion's on our side. It's gonna scare off all the bad guys.
How long has it been?
Cat photobomb. Yeah, this is a nice trailer. And I do quite like Young as well. He's pretty cool and adorable. It's a bit of disappointment though that they got it. That Wu is gone. Dead and gone. But maybe they'll reuse that idea.
He'll make it.
Reporting in.
Not the music though. He actually has a personal theme. Pretty cool.
The spirit of lion dancing. It's about courage. Courage to crush any fear in its wake. The show is just beginning. Every step, every twirl, I know them all by heart. This costume is my second skin now. I'll keep the spirit burning. Always have, always will.
Man, this was actually a really well developed trailer. Character trailer. Really, really, really good. Actually. JP version. With Natsuki Hanae desu.
リンヨ、次は初めてのステージだろ。準備はどうだ？
マイカチュウの高さは練習のよりずっと高い。
それに次のステージは出陣祝いでもある。ミスは許されないぞ。リンヨ、立て。
I'm curious though about like what this history is a little more. Hopefully they'll go into more detail on it in his like his bio or something.
よく思い出せ。獅子舞とは何かを。
人間は変わった生き物だ。捕まえて逃げて他の動物はそうやって本能のまま生きている。なのに人間は意味のないことを延々と繰り返す。
一緒に遊ぼう。
君たち怖くないの？
どうして？別に兄ちゃんは怖くないよ。だって獅子がいるもん。悪党なんてへっちゃらだよ。
I do like some of the scenes as well. Now it's cut in this, especially like these still frames. Okay, and that's... Oh no. Yeah, it's still in English. Either way, still a good song. Oh, yeah, I wonder what the whole ball is about as far as like line dancing is concerned. I know they do a lot of things with the trade. I'm actually curious, like, if that actually has any extra significance besides just being part of the show. Man, Anaya is really killing it though with this role. Pretty good. Tanjiro. That is that. So let's see. What else have I missed? Nothing really. Just VO messages. Okay, so I think we'll skip through most of those. Yeah. But we do got a voice actor interview, Lin Young. Let's actually take a look at this.
Hiya, I'm Ling Yang. You're probably more used to seeing me as that lion dancer on the high poles, I guess. Let's hang out more. I want you to remember what I look like without the lion dance head.
He's adorable, beautifully designed.
Alexander
Variety. When I got to see some of the footage, it was, oh, he's cool. He's really cool. Well, when I first read it, his journey from kind of the animal world and the more spiritual world into this more and more.
I guess that first take though was from the earlier. Like no, it had a female voice actor in CBT2.
Deals with humans.
Never mind.
And, like what times he chooses to quiet down his animal instincts and try and be more human, and what times it's more appropriate to be more animalistic. That whole dynamic is so interesting. While we were recording,
is that a Blue Eyes White Dragon shirt?
There's a lot of like solitude and loneliness and
he's a brother.
Yu-Gi-Oh, bro. Trying to fit in and kind of navigating that with him throughout the recording was nice because it gives you a kind of fuller impression of him.
Maybe not a Blue Eyes White Dragon, but I know it's definitely one of the cards.
Allows his animal side, his animalistic side, which is his true side, to come out. I was excited to see how they were going to incorporate the lion dancing aspect into the way that he moves as a character.
I wonder if this was in the studio or if he did remote.
The dance style and
looks like it might have been in a studio.
It's so cool.
Did I hear something?
Yeah, that's in a studio.
To hear the drums.
Just on that, it feels off not to hear the drums. Just that feeling of something bad is happening. That sense of being unsettled.
Did I just hear something?
Where they recorded this? Was it California or was it in the UK?
Wuthering Waves, the stories of all the individual characters that you meet and the team that you end up building are all crafted with so much heart. I'm very excited for people to meet Ling Yang. The way that he is, his joy, his curiosity, his sense of fun, his sense of urgency.
Yes, I will pull on Jian. As I said earlier, I plan to like go for both Jian and Yinlen. So yeah, I'm definitely pulling. Basically, the way I'm gonna approach the game is mostly in a fuck it we ball sort of situation. And we'll see how things go from there. So that's that. Now let's take a look at this Ishikawa interview. I'll try to translate what I can. I'm still learning a lot of Japanese, so like my translation isn't really perfect. But I'll say what I could. Rehearsing a line. From the start, let's start our journey now, or something like that. PG. Ishikawa-san. Something について。
やっぱり可愛いですよね。第一印象はすごく
From the start, I thought she was cute. She's also very gentle and soft-spoken.
すごくこう共感する力があったり、こう人の気持ちを察することができたりもするので、きっと一緒に旅
I'm
していても
sure on the journey, Yang you'll have to save her a lot, or she'll save you a lot.
予期に所属する予備役の東博です。
And then one of her lines.
異変に対する調査を担当しています。流れ域の導きで漂白者さんと出会いました。長いご縁となる予感。これからよろしくお願いします。
With you from here on.
優しさはもちろんあるんですけれども、それだけじゃなくて、真の強さというか、
About the true power, talking about like the strength, what strength means.
私が守りたいっていう、そういう
I'm talking about like wanting to protect, I guess, characters and stuff. Or like how her character is like very much of a protector type of archetype.
なんじゃないかなっていう風に感じました。漂白者さんに近づかないで。この身を刃に。風化両乱。風よ起これ。
Different skills. I can't read most of those prompts. Uses too much kanji that I don't know.
何でも相談できる頼れるお姉さんのように映っていて、関係性が、面白いとかではないんですけど、素敵だなっていうふうに思っております。そうですね。何でも助けてくれるので、もしかしたらちょっとこうおせっかいのように感じてしまう方もいるかもしれないんですけれども、それはね、ヤンヤンの漂白者さんへの愛なので、漂白者さんの方もぜひヤンヤンを愛してくれたら嬉しいなと思います。
There's just talking about like loving characters there and stuff, and I guess probably hoping like the players will come to like her character, or at the very least probably talking about considering the relationship between Yang Yang and Rover.
あなたが望むことなら私は一緒に全てを見届けます。漢字が難しい。いやキャラクター名とかも漢字だったりするので、これは一体どう読むんだろうとか、結構専門用語といいますか、その名著の中での言葉とかもあるので、収録の際は
I guess this was asking like how easy was it for her to like voice the character, and she was basically saying it was like a little tough for her.
結構アプリゲームだと私勇ましい戦士をやることが多くて、きっと皆さんもそんなイメージを持たれてる方がいらっしゃると思うんですけど、強いとかかっこいいとかこう冷静みたいなキャラクターが多いんですけど、今回のヤンヤンはすごく優しいお姉さんのようなキャラクターで、なので好みとして私
So they were asking her about like what her thoughts are and character types are, as well as like what kind of character she was expecting when she got the role or something. And she was just talking about like how all different characters there are possible. and that she was surprised, I guess, with Yangang a little bit.
私も楽しみなんですけど、先ほどちょっと私も見させていただいて、すごいもう世界がめちゃめちゃしっかり作り込まれていて、なんかどこにでも結構行けちゃうような、本当にオープンワールドが広がっていて、びっくりしました。
And now she's just talking about like the world and stuff, and she's surprised how big the world is.
魅力的ですし、あと以前配信番組をやらせていただいて、その中でカメラモードとかもこう体験したんですけど、ちょっとね面白い写真が撮れたりとか、
She apparently liked using the camera mode to take a lot of pictures.
それもすごく楽しかったなっていう思い出があるので、そういうのも含めて旅とそういうちょっと違うところでちょっとした遊び心のあるものとかも含めて、なんかどんなことができるんだろうって私も今からワクワクしているところです。
And overall, she's just looking forward to like how the different ways you could play around with the game.
これからストーリーがどんな風に進んでいくのかだったり、これからリリースされるのでゲームをね、どんな風なこう楽しい旅がなっているのかなっていうのは私もとってもワクワクしているところです。ヤンヤンはユーザーの皆さんと一緒に、旅をしていく子なので、皆さんが楽しく旅できるように、収録も頑張っていきたいと思います。ということで、ぜひリリースまで楽しみにお待ちください。ありがとうございました。
Yep. Overall, just a fun little interview there that you got going on. So that's actually not too much that I missed really. So thanks for all the YouTube frogs. Sorry about that. Thanks for all the YouTube frogs who stuck around to watch this little catching up stuff, and we'll hope to see you live in a couple days when Wuwa releases. So thanks, and y'all have a good one. Bye bye.